Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of medical diagnostics, specifically focusing on Sjogren'S syndrome antibodies test. If you've ever wondered about this test or if it's relevant to you or someone you know, stick around because we're about to break it all down for you. Pre-test information, no special preparation required. Before we get into the nitty-gritty details of the test, let's talk about what you need to know before taking it. The good news is there's no need for any special preparation. That means no fasting or dietary restrictions. Just show up at the lab as scheduled and you're good to go. Specification of the test, understanding its components and purpose. Now let's talk specifications. The Sjogren'S syndrome antibodies test is designed to detect specific antibodies associated with Sjogren'S syndrome, an autoimmune condition that affects the moisture-producing glands in the body. Disease association, exploring the conditions linked to the test. These antibodies, known as SSA, Rho, and SSB, La, are extractable nuclear antigens. SSA, Rho antibodies are found in about 90% of patients with Sjogren'S syndrome, as well as in patients with lupus erythematosus and rheumatoid arthritis. On the other hand, SSB, La antibodies occur in around 60% of Sjogren'S syndrome patients and 15% of lupus erythematosus patients. Specimen used, exploring the collection process. So, what specimen is used for this test? Typically, it's a blood sample. The process is relatively simple and involves drawing a small amount of blood from a vein in your arm. Components include understanding SSA, Rho, and SSB, La antibodies. Now, let's break down the components of the test. As I mentioned earlier, the main components are SSA, Rho, and SSB, La antibodies. These antibodies play a crucial role in the diagnosis of Sjogren'S syndrome and other autoimmune conditions. Test report time, setting expectations for results. Once the blood sample is collected, it's sent to the lab for analysis. The test report time can vary depending on the lab's workload, but it typically takes a few days to receive the results. Test information, understanding implications, and interpretation. Now, why is this test important? The Sjogren'S syndrome antibodies test is particularly useful for evaluating patients with signs and symptoms of connective tissue disorders, especially those who have tested positive for antinuclear antibodies. By detecting the presence of SSA, Rho, and SSB, La antibodies, healthcare providers can better diagnose and manage conditions like Sjogren'S syndrome. Conclusion, emphasizing importance and next steps. And there you have it, folks, everything you need to know about the Sjogren'S syndrome antibodies test. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more informative content. Thanks for watching, and remember, your health is important, so don't hesitate to talk to your healthcare provider if you have any concerns. We'll see you next time.